Good evening. This is QETV. I'm Jason Sweeney.
And I'm an enigma.
We have a good show for you tonight. And first off,
we have Students Against Nuclear Extermination.
Take it away, Elizabeth.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Kilford, and with me today are Karen Jodry and Rachel Brody, who are two members who are in Sane. And we're just going to talk a bit about the group and what it does. And first I'm going to ask Karen if she'd just explain about the group and what the initials mean and its purpose.
Okay, well, SANE stands for Students Against Nuclear Extermination, and our aims are basically to encourage dialogue and promote discussion of the nuclear arms issue and how it affects us on a daily basis.
I was just wondering, Karen, if you could answer this, and then Rachel, how did you get involved in the group?
Well, I started getting involved when our mother group, so to speak, SAGE, came from Montreal, Students Against Global Extermination. And they're touring Canada, and when they came here, we went to see them, and we got to know them pretty well, and they basically spurred most of the interest in Halifax.
Yeah, I got involved a little bit later than Karen. I wasn't able to see SAGE, but a group started in Halifax, which was STAND. Karen, Jeremy, and Ian formed that. They're members of our group. And from that, we formed a school group, which is SANE. And it started off as a word-of-mouth type of, we just get together on Mondays in a classroom, but it's grown quite big. And we are working on having a nuclear disarmament week.
Yeah, anti-nuclear blitz week, we're calling it. We're going around giving presentations to any classes we can. And it's taking a lot of organization. We're making posters and just spreading the word. We made up petitions. Well, what we want to do at the end of this week is make our school a nuclear weapons-free zone.
How are the students' reactions so far, Rachel, to the petitions when you ask them about making QEH a nuclear-free zone?
We get a lot of people say, well, I hardly think they're going to keep nuclear weapons in this school. Personally, I'd hit them. I think basically it's symbolic. It shows that there is a lot of concern, and also, if you consider that if all schools across Halifax were to become nuclear weapons-free zones, then I'm sure it wouldn't take too much more to have Halifax declared a nuclear weapons-free zone. And because it's a port, it's very important in any sort of conflict. And I think basically it's symbolic, but it also may come in handy someday.
Yeah, I understand that sort of thing happened in Wolfville, where
Yeah.
the high school got involved.
Yeah, same as in Chester, the schools became nuclear weapons-free zone and the city followed suit.
I was just wondering, from what I've heard, STAND has kind of fallen apart and QEH seems to be the only, and I was wondering why you think QEH is the only group left.
Well, I know a lot of people that are involved in it, and I've been talking to them, and their schools really don't have that much interest. We have a lot of get up and go in QE, plus many more students. But STAND, we have the phone list of all the phone numbers, and we're going to, when we're finished with this nuclear blitz week, that's eating up a lot of our time, we're going to call everyone and get them to come in for a meeting and maybe talk to them about making their school a nuclear weapons-free zone as well.
So you're interested in any members that might come, and what happens at your meetings, and do you encourage new members to join?
Oh, definitely. Anybody we can get to join, just come by, talk to one of us and look at our posters. We have lots of posters around the school which announce when our meetings are. So anybody who wants to come, just come, and we'll be really glad to see you. What we basically try to talk about is just to, educate ourselves and educate others. That's basically what we want to do, because we're the youth of today, right? And that means that we'll be the adults of tomorrow. And if youth are aware today, then maybe we'll have a nuclear-free tomorrow.
Rachel, do you think the group has accomplished a lot and helped to educate the students of QEH, and what are some of the events that you've used to raise consciousness among the students?
I think so far, yes, we have. Basically, there's just a group of about 10 or 12 people who come every week, and just simply because they're able to. But there's a lot of students who say, we like what you're doing, and they stop by every now and then to a meeting. But I think next week is the week that we're really going to see what we can do, because basically right now we've just been discussing what we hope to accomplish. But
and now we're getting something done.
Next week we're really going to put a push on things and see what we can do, and I think it'll be quite successful.
Yeah, we've shown films after school and at lunch times, and we have already done a few presentations in some classes showing films like If You Love This Planet with Dr. Helen Caldecott, and just basically talking about it to our friends and things and getting them talking about it.
Now you mentioned that you're going go into classrooms and discuss with the classrooms? Do you have any events planned when you're going in to talk to, say, the grade 10 classes?
Well, basically what we do to organize our presentations is we just go in with a film and we tell them about the film, and if they don't want to watch it, we tell them they can, ask their teacher to leave. So some people get pretty touchy about it. But we really believe in it, and after the presentation of the film, we just stand in front of the classroom and just initiate a discussion. Sometimes the people are really dead and we have to just kind of blab to them about various facts and figures. But usually we get pretty good response. Sometimes we get arguments, but we can pretty well handle the arguments.
Now, you mentioned, Rachel, that the group was trying to educate itself. And what are some of the processes that you've used to try to bring awareness about in the group?
What we started off doing was we'd have a fact day, and people would bring in a fact, a scary fact of some sort, and we'd discuss it. And all we really did was people would bring in bits of information. Sometimes Karen and Jeremy would go to the library, bring in books. We'd get different pamphlets, and really it was just a lot of discussion.
And showing films.
And showing films and reading and writing away to various groups. And we would just discuss it ourselves. And now that we have an understanding of the situation, we think we're ready to educate the
go out and tell the world.
Yeah.
Another thing we're planning is a disarmament day. That's what we're calling it for now. It's just going to be a day where we find a place to have, hold a conference or a rally, and we'll have guest speakers from groups like Veterans Against Nuclear Arms and Voice of Women and Plowshares. We're involved with all of those groups. And show films, have discussions, serve tea and donuts or something, and maybe afterwards we'll have a coffee house so we can pay for it.
Yeah. Well, we're running out of time here, so I just have one final question. Do you have any future plans?
Future plans for the group?
Yeah.
Well, when we're finished school, I hope that it continues. But there's many groups out there, there's groups in Dow and most universities. There's Voice of Women, a lot of groups.
Yeah, I think there's a new, with the 80s, there's a cultural awareness similar to that of the 60s. And I hope that it's not going to be a fad, type of thing where it's fashionable. I think that if students begin to get involved in high school, that they continue with it and join other groups, the Voice of Women or whatever, when they get out of high school, and I hope that the group here continues.
Okay, thank you very much, and we hope to see more of you guys in the future.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.